Hi, I'm Luke, the cricket guy, and I'll be reviewing each player's performance from the first test between New Zealand and England. First up, I'm looking at the winning performance from the tourists. Zach Crawley had a double failure, but on a pitch that dramatically favoured the new ball, he receives a pass this time around. Ben Duckett rode his luck as always, but provided crucial quick runs in the most difficult of conditions. Jacob Bethel made a solid debut, rebounding with a blistering 50 in the second innings after struggling in the first. Joe Root was a little unlucky in his first innings, but will be keen not to fall in a slump as the series continues. Harry Brook may have had staggering luck being dropped on no less than 5 occasions, but his blistering stroke play was still nearly worthy of man of the match honours. Ollie Pope had a wonderful test, strong behind the stumps and playing a crucial knock of 77 in the first innings to help turn the match. If he had half the luck of Brook, a double ton was surely on the cards. Ben Stokes struggled as captain in the first day and was fortunate New Zealand was so reckless and his bowling also lacked zip. But his knock of 80 was a cracker and was a major reason for England's win. He'll be missed next test if he can't back up from injury. Chris Wokes bowled without luck in the first innings, but took crucial second innings wickets to ice the game. Did, however, lack some zip in his bowling. Gus Atkinson looked good with the bat, but flat with the ball. If anything, lucky to have 3 wickets to his name. Bryden Carse's third test was close to perfection. New Zealand had no answers for the tall quick, who kept getting better as the match progressed. His 10 wicket haul was well deserved and generally came at pivotal times. England may have just found their new spearhead. Shoaib Bashir was a surprise selection, but more than justified his pick with 4 crucial first innings wickets. He may have benefited from poor shot selection from the Kiwis, but he more than did his job. Overall, England put up a solid performance, and even though they weren't at their best, they were still far too accomplished for New Zealand. Expect, though, some improvement in the next test, but it's a B plus for me for Test 1. The New Zealand side could have had some strong reviews too, if not for some woeful catching. Tom Latham looked good in his first innings 47, but everything else from the skipper was disastrous. Dropping Brook twice was bad enough, but the way he allowed the game to slip out of his team's grasp without a whimper wasn't quite good enough from the skipper. His second innings failure was more salt in the wounds. Devon Conway seems unlikely to retain his spot after his double failure, his first innings dismissal particularly poor. Kane Williamson looked excellent in making back-to-back half-centuries, but a big 100 was desperately needed by his side. Rashan Ravindra displayed a range of shots, but wasted both his starts with a pair of reckless dismissals. Daryl Mitchell had a reasonable test with a strong second innings, but his timid first innings dismissal started the Kiwi demise. Tom Blundell had a shocker, failing twice with the bat on top of a stinker behind the wickets, including a howler of a drop catch of Brook. Glenn Phillips will have nightmares of his multiple drop catches of Harry Brook, which undid other strong work in the test, including strong batting in the first innings. Nathan Smith had an outstanding debut test, but was let down majorly by his fielders. He looms as a strong paceman for the future of New Zealand cricket. Matt Henry was excellent again, with his 5 wicket haul leading the way. Hopefully the batsman can back up his good work next test. Tim Southey was solid, but his lack of pace and energy made him a little predictable at times. Will O'Rourke bowled with venom and also suffered due to poor fielding, but his inconsistency did allow for cheap runs to be conceded. Overall, New Zealand put up a disappointing display, with the poor fielding really letting them down. It's a C grade overall, but their fielding gets a well-deserved F grade.